to Your Voice Thailand podcast. My name is Yuri and I'll be your host throughout this show. If podcasts are new for you, this is basically a radio show that you can listen to at any time you want. I want this podcast to be a place for you, all the people that I know, to connect and to learn from each other. We're here to bring you together. And when I say we, I mean we, as in all of us, because this podcast and this world wouldn't be anything without you. We'll bring you stories from our communities in Bangkok and around the country, updates on news from around the world, and insight into education, careers, and lifestyle, all through interviews, games, stories, and more. I've been a teacher at Wall Street English, Thailand for 2 years, so some of you may know me. I've gotten to know hundreds of people in these 2 years. You'll get to know more about me throughout the show. Sometimes we'll talk in other languages, like in a story about languages or mixed in with conversation. But the show will primarily be in English because that's what I think brings value to you. So, welcome to the show. I hope you'll check in with us weekly for regular episodes and mini episodes. Please follow us on Instagram at Your Voice TH. That's where you can get show updates and send audio messages through Instagram messages, so your voice can be on this show. Today's episode is a mini episode, so a short episode, based on the United States election in 2020 between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. You'll hear voices from the Mall, Bangkok. Here are some of your voices on the United States election results from 2020. As you know, Donald Trump just lost the election in America and Joe Biden won.
Yep.
What's your opinion of the results of this election?
I'm actually happy for America. I don't really know much about politics in the USA, but I've heard that Donald Trump is not really that good for America. In my opinion, I heard about how the COVID-19 situation in America was, and Donald Trump refused to wear a mask, and he didn't really do anything to make it better in some ways. So I feel you should need someone new to actually give someone else a chance to make America a better place.
I'm not super fan of a politician, but I think Donald Trump is one of the worst men in the world because he tried to build the wall more than build the bridge. Most of countries they got Trump.
I think Biden will not be worse than Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I think he's selfish. It's my opinion. He just doesn't care about other people.
The first thing came up in my mind is yay! Because I kind of don't like Donald Trump.
Before, I didn't know that much about the election, but for this time, between Biden and Trump, I read a lot of news, so I know that the system is quite interesting. It's not very easy to become the president of America.
I think sometimes he mistakes about wearing face mask in front of public because he was the leader. He shouldn't done that.
I think election results in the United States better than Thailand. And about Trump, I think he is a good person, but sometimes he has a bad attitude with another country.
If you're comparing it to Thailand, where we're having protests as well, and it made me realize that like politics, it's in our everyday. If the politics is good, then your quality of life would be better. So I'm actually really happy.
How I feel about Donald Trump. I think, in my opinion, is not really that good.
He is rude, really rude. Like talk to journalists, he say what a stupid question that is. The president shouldn't say that.
The power of somebody who is the president, right, affect to the people in the country as well.
I think it's good when result of the winner of election is Joe Biden, because actually I don't like Trump as much because he's not good at equality.
I'm still a little bit sorry for him because at the end of the counting, he was so angry that the election center keep counting the vote, but he wanted to stop. And when he lost, I was like, yeah, he got it coming.
Some people sad that Trump lost this election, but yeah, there must be some change in some way, on some day anyway. Yeah, just need to accept that. That is democracy.
Joe Biden's policies can make good impact to all the world. That's why I say like, okay, I don't know him as well, but I wrote about his background a little bit. But as a human, he quite like not perfect, but I think he is better than Donald Trump. I think his policy give more opportunities to all people. It's not just Americans. I mean like all the world.
I think it's great Joe Biden can be president.
I think for Joe Biden, his policy gonna change to be like make America more friendly.
He supports democracy in other countries, but in Thailand now it's like not democracy enough.
Do you think what happens in America affects what happens in Thailand?
Yes, of course. If there is a change in America, of course it's going to affect our like export import.
America is a huge country, and I feel like they have many connections. So if one country is getting better, then I think it would have an impact, or it could set an example for like the Thai government to like see as like a role model, and like they could always take that idea and adapt and try to use it for Thailand as well.
What would you like to see America do or change in the future?
I think I would love to see America have a different perspective on immigrants. Foreigners see America as an opportunity, and some American people who still has racism inside them should be more open-minded.
I hope that America is going to be like the visa is going to be like easier and they're more open.
I'm worried about global warming.
I want the Joe Biden to be healthcare. Yeah, I think America should like give them for free basic healthcare.
I want American to easier to travel in the future because I want to go to America.
I think they would allow more people to study or travel easier.
The US is that superpower country and also has that power to help some countries, and I think that will happen again. Not being ignorant like Trump. I'm not saying that, oh, USA, you were the superpower, you need to help us. I'm not saying like that. But as the power the US has compared to other countries, it's totally different.
I just want to see the world better.
Those were the voices of Cartoon, Chief, Iman, Git, Gong, Nun, Team, Pet, Roy, Ticha, Yuri, and Cartoon. In the next episode, we'll hear your voice on the COVID-19 epidemic. Thank you for joining us on our first mini episode of Your Voice Thailand. Next week, I'll have on a co-host. We'll reflect on the excellent answers we just heard about the US election and set us up for the last month and short amount of time we have left in this wonderful year. You can always listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please tell your friends and family about the show. Follow our Instagram and send in your audio messages. See you next week.